How to get out of a rut. Yes, we've all been in one. There is no limit to the amount of things that could get you into a rut, whether it's because of a relationship or that you just lost your job. I get it, we've all been there. Welcome to my channel, my name is Alex, and in this video, it's not the happiest or flashiest topic, but one I ultimately decided to make a video on because I think it'll help people. See, the thing is, we all have a potential to reach, and a lot of the time, the biggest obstacle is ourselves. So let's talk about how to get back on track and reach your potential. Before we do, let me start off with a personal story of mine. Earlier this month, the big tech company that I worked at did a round of layoffs, and sadly, I was impacted by it. I've been laid off before, and if I'm being honest, it really never gets easier to deal with. But this time around, it cut a little bit deeper because I actually really enjoyed where I work. So fast forward a week from when it happened, reality sunk in for me on my employment status, and I started to get down on myself. I was sleeping a lot more, diet and workout routine started to slip. I was wasting more and more time playing video games to cope, and I was going in the wrong direction. So I'll be the first one to say that it doesn't take much to go in the wrong direction. Literally any significant life setback will do the trick. Sometimes we can't control what happens to us, but we can control how we cope and respond to tough times. So the question is, what can we do about it? See, the first step to solving any problem, as tough as it is acceptance. But the step that comes before that, which is equally important, is to be aware of it. I mean, really being aware of it. I know what good habits look like since I've established them. So when I started to see that my habits were slowly regressing, I knew I needed to do something about it. Since I started making YouTube videos, it's been important to me that I document my journey and include not just the ups, but the downs as well. So I was curious, because I was in this headspace that wasn't the best, I wanted to figure out what I was going to do and jot down the things that actually worked out for me and then put them in a video so that I can share it with the world. I'm in much better headspace now and feeling much better than before, so I made sure to jot those things down to help me get back on track. I don't have all the answers, but I'll be sharing what worked for me and hopefully it helps you out. So the first thing that I recommend doing is partaking in some form of cleansing. So I noticed that the cleaner I was physically, mentally, the better I felt. It can be as simple as taking a shower, even if you took one in the morning. Taking another one, there's something about feeling cleaner that is uplifting. It's easy to do and it's a quick win. After that, think about other forms of cleansing. Doing chores is another easy one. The one I like to start to do is take out my trash or doing laundry. Eventually, I find myself getting into a rhythm. I start cleaning my room and other areas of my place, and my living area starts to feel a lot cleaner. And as a result, I feel a lot better. I can just feel the weight coming off my shoulders and I feel less stressed. There's something about cleaning your physical space that also clears up your mental space. So some form of cleansing, I highly recommend it. After I get into a rhythm of cleaning and just taking away the clutter in my life, the next thing that I like to do is exercise. So when it comes to exercising, the option that works for me is going to the gym. The reason is because I like mixing in weightlifting and cardio, and obviously the gym has both, which makes it convenient. But another major reason is the environment. When I see people exercising and pushing themselves, it honestly gets me pumped and motivated too. But if that seems like a lot to ask of myself at that current moment in time, going on a walk or playing basketball at the park can easily do the trick and improve my mood. The whole point is to get physically active. If the sun is out, going outside in general is a good idea. You get your vitamin D from the sun, walking around gets the blood flowing and it feels productive. What other people like to do is take exercise classes, dance classes, or engage in physical hobbies like rock climbing or hiking. See, the problem with staying in your bed or house all day and being a hermit crab is that you start to feel stuck. So in those situations, I like to find any excuse to leave the house, whether it be grocery shopping, getting coffee at the local cafe, or driving around and exploring new places. It really doesn't matter. As long as you're out there and moving and grooving, it'll help get your mind off things, and that's what we're going for. When I'm going through things, what I like to do is give my friends a call. They get to check in on me and listen to what I have to say, but I also get to check in on them. To me, that's equally important because they may be going through something and can use your help too. And it's not uncommon for them to be going through something more serious than you, and will appreciate your call more than you know. And if I can help with anything that they're going through, that's something to feel good about, and that feeling alone can help me push through whatever I'm going through. If calling a friend or family member isn't your vibe, which I can totally understand, I highly recommend getting a therapist. I don't use one personally, but some of my closest friends do and they really benefit from it. It's definitely worth looking into at the very least. One thing to keep in mind is being in a rut and the human struggle is universal. It's not just me and you. Everyone goes through something, and I wish more people were open about it so that we can uplift one another. Socializing about this stuff makes people feel more connected, so more often than not, when you share what's going on in your mind, not only do you get whatever you need to say off your chest, but it gives people a chance to relate to what you're going through as well. Alright, so the next tip that I have for you is to consider getting a pet. So my cat's name is Teddy. He's a rescue cat and one that I lucked out with. I think getting a pet is just a really good idea, whether it's a dog or a cat, because it's just nice to have something to pet and take care of. It really helps to have a pet to take the focus off of the day-to-day priorities and just, yeah, to take care of another living thing, I guess. When you have a spontaneous animal living with you, there's something about it adding a flavor to your apartment or your living space. So it's a tip that I wanted to include in this video in case you are willing and able to go adopt a pet. So I just shared 4 tips that helped me get back on track. And I guess the bonus tip that I have for you is that if you need time for yourself, you should take it. We all need time to disconnect. Sometimes it's a day, sometimes it's a week, and sometimes it's longer. As long as you have a roadmap for getting back on track, I think that's what's important. That's all I got for you. If this video helped you in any kind of way, I'm happy to hear it. And if you have tips that you want to share, feel free to drop those in the comment section so that the people can read it. I'm sure people would love to hear about it. With that being said, I'll catch you in the next one.